Hey, folks, welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we are at another edition of the housecoat chat with your host, Justice Truth. I'd like to show off my tuxedo shirt today to celebrate the intent of Justin Trudeau to resign and prorogue Parliament until March at the end of that month. Oh, wow, folks, our little potato all the other words we want to use for him. Since this is YouTube, I am going not to say a lot of them because I want this show to grow. I am not at the point where I have an audience and I don't need to be flagged for every bad word. And I hope you noticed that my screen is slightly crooked. Ah, let's straighten that up. That is a little better. Sorry about that. I hope the sound is okay. I think I tried to improve the sound. I forgot to turn on these lights. That's okay. The scone is going, folks. Remember what the scone is for. Those are for the people who lost their lives in the COVID era, vaccine, or actually from COVID, or all sorts of things. But that scone is lit for people who have passed on, who are important in my life and your life. And that's why that scone is lit. Yes, let's get back to old little potato Justin Trudeau crying almost at every opportunity today. Really an emotional man. I guess he was the sweet, sensitive boy Margaret always wanted. Is it over? No, we have to wait. And listening to the Pierre Polyev thing with Peterson, seeing him say that Canada is not obliged to wait for this party to sort out its shit. And that is the truth, folks. That is the truth. Still drinking coffee. It's almost 4 o'clock. It is my substance of life. Coffee. Yes, I don't drink water unless it's already been filtered, heated, and treated because fish have sex in the water. Think about it. Think about what you're drinking. I love that one. Yes, folks, Justin Trudeau resigns and he lists off a whole host of things, and he is so hoping that we will beat the bad Pierre Polyev. I am not a Pierre Polyev supporter. I am a disgruntled taxpayer, and I hammer everybody on X, my only social media. If you're doing something good, I will thank you, even if I've hammered you before, which I have done to a few politicians. But I always keep their feet to the fire when I see something that is not right in my mind or in the majority of people's mind that I've seen on X. Right? Visit your MP, folks. Talk to your MP. Tell them what you want out of your constituency as a resident in his riding. You have all the right to say, hey, I don't like the direction of this country's going. Be polite, be blunt. You can visit them in their office. You can write them a letter. You can phone call them, email them, send them a message on social media. Do whatever it takes. Even make a video like I am trying to start a show to raise awareness on everything that's going on out there. Right? But back to good old little potato Justin Trudeau. What a coward of the cottage of a man. Can't take no accountability for anything, but that is to be expected, all right, to be expected from the character that we all witnessed of this person as a politician since he entered politics. All the things that he's done, said, and everything else is what? A lot of hot hair, a lot of hooey, and a lot of fanfare to things that really were not important to this country. Now, I hate to bring this up, but I will use it as an example only because it was a shit show when it started, and that is the Black Lives Matter movement. Trudeau took a knee for it, made other MPs take a knee for it. Virtue signaling 101, right? Pander to the lowest common denominator or group of people and say they are oppressed and try and champion their cause. It's just like the alphabet gang with the people that want to switch teams or force young people to switch teams because the teens are confused. And there's a whole reason why the teens are confused. And I don't really want to get into it because we are here today to talk about the resignation or the intent to resignate Justin Trudeau. Keep that in mind, folks. No matter how you feel today, and yes, it is celebratory, celebratory. How we could celebrate. How about that? Forgive me, I do have a bit of a speaking problem, Bell's palsy, whatever. I don't care because I like to talk, and I got a show, and you're going to listen. Hopefully, I don't mean to sound arrogant that way, but this is fun. This is for funsies. And I ain't trying to be a hero. I ain't trying to be a lawyer. I ain't trying to be a know it all. I'm just a dude in a housecoat sharing stories, sharing a laugh, sharing a grief, whatever it may be. It is up to you to do your research and look at things with your own eyes without me actually influencing you. And if I do influence you, you better go to a padded room. I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding. I was talking to a fellow coworker of mine. He says it's hard to talk to people sometimes because they think you are batshit crazy when you point out the obvious that is the truth. And it takes a while for the other side to click in. But when they do, they don't look at you like you were right. They look down in a way because they're ashamed that they were wrong. Right? And that's the case with Justin Trudeau. Now, I know a lot of people have been talking and everybody says everything about Justin Trudeau, but let me get one thing straight that I think is kind of important to the whole picture of Justin Trudeau and why he is the way he is. He's a parent. His children are very concerned of the way things are going because of the schooling that they have. And that schooling has been taught to them or indoctrinated that climate change is coming and that, certain kids deserve to live. And I don't really want to say those words because I don't want to be flagged, right? That's the sad thing about free speech in this today's environment. I feel that you should be able to say what you want. Yes, there are consequences for certain words, but that is free speech. So, but Justin, being a parent, listening to his children come home from school, oh no, Greenland's going to go underwater. I'm just blabbing out of my mouth here, folks. But Greenland's going to sink because of climate change. Justin, being the prime minister, going, no, it's not. I'm going to carbon tax it so that we save Greenland. Huh. Everything that we have done as a country that Trudeau has championed as a victory for the nation, such as oh my goodness, tampons in the men's bathroom, for example. Um, well, I don't think the plastic bag ban was a national thing. I think that was BC, but the plastic straws, bags, all this virtual signaling. We're going to plant a billion trees. Where are the trees? Right? Where are those trees? I really wish I could have done electoral reform. You had 9 fucking years. I hate to swear, but yes, you did. And you done squat with those years, except play footsies and over the pant hand jobs with your friend Jaggy. My God, politics in Canada has become a joke under your leadership, Trudeau, and my cat just walked away. He'll come back. He was Simon if you saw him. Anyways, yes, everything is a joke in this country. Everything that he has done has downgraded us on the international stage. If you don't believe me, please go check out some of the recent videos of him attending conferences around the world, whether it's the Asian thing, which he recently done, the G7, or whatever it may be. He is just not the right person that should have been leading the country. That was the Liberals' answer back in the day to counter Stephen Harper by bringing in somebody that has a name, and I don't want to use the word pedigree, but that's what the people picking him thought they got. They were going to get a purebred pedigree politician that would lead Canada to salvation. What has Justin Trudeau led Canada since he started? Scandal after scandal after scandal, and the people below him, since he's getting away with it, are also getting away with it, right? I mean, I don't have all the evidence. Shout out to people like Andy Lee for her reporting, Mark Nixon for his reporting, another shout out. You know, all these decent people out there are doing independent reporting, which our mainstream media should be doing. Imagine the CBC asking, or not imagine, I heard it. The CBC asking Pierre if we should wait for the liberal leadership race. No, you don't wait for nothing when it becomes the nation at stake, not a party. A party is nothing. A party is just a shell of a group of people following orders from the NGOs that paid them money. Yes, folks, the NGOs. And that's non government organizations, that's people. You look at what happened with Trudeau's riding. That's why, again, say go check it out at Andy Lee and her reporting on all the Chinese interference that goes to Justin Trudeau's way. Remember, folks, research, do your own research, read. That's what I mean by research, people. Read. I'm not asking you to make a chemical equation to solve whatever issue it is. Just read. Comprehend what's being sent to you or what you want to know, right? Comprehend things. It doesn't mean that you're going down every rabbit hole of a conspiracy theory. It just means you're reading for your information, for your intelligence. So you don't have to rely on a 5 to 15 second soundbite from your media people or your politician. I was telling my wife earlier this morning, I'm having a hard time understanding me as an individual, as a Canadian citizen, listening to politicians that I cannot stand, most of them in North America, for the way they speak. But yet I can listen to Putin speak. I know I need a translator because of that, but there are translations, correct? And he does speak decent English. But at the same time, why does he sound more credible than Justin Trudeau? I mean, Pierre Poilievre is a very good speaker, but he's not the prime minister yet. And I hope he backs up his words with action to correct things. The good news today, though, and yes, is Bill C-63. I want to give a shout out to Greg Wycliffe for doing a Save Free Speech Canada thing. I don't mean to mess that up, but Greg Wycliffe, if you are on the X, go check him out. He's on YouTube and he does a host of other things. And he is trying to save free speech in Canada. But now that the Bill C-63 is dead in the water, I do hope he continues and positive vibes out to that man for doing what he does. Thank you, Greg, for standing up and bringing it to people's attention, right? Just like Andy Lee exposing things that the mainstream media should be looking into, right? CTV News headline: Polish ski jumper misses his male partner because I believe the male partner died. How is that a headline for Canadian news? Maybe in a subsection of sports, but that's what I see plastered from CBC News on to X. I don't understand it, but those are the headlines, and if they're catering to that side of the audience, so be it. But back to Justin, folks. Remember, it's intent to resign to allow a leadership race to prorogue Parliament, which means everybody that's an MP and most of their staff get to go home and not really work. Now, I do hope my MP, Todd Doherty, will be working his ass off to make sure things are better for this country. But take a break, Todd, energized, and let's hammer him when we get back. Again, I am not a party supporter. Todd Doherty is my MP, and I do like what he's doing. I am pretty sure I voted independent the last time because I like voting independent. So, anyways, folks, the time is near. I don't want to keep these long. I always like talking, as you can tell. But remember, today is a good day. I mean, it is a feel good day, but I still feel like it's a scene from Spaceballs where the giant vacuum robot, switches modes and they're like, what's it doing? What's she doing? She went from suck to blow, right? You know that scene? That's exactly how I feel with Trudeau resigning. He looked emotional, tried not to cry, and you could see the anger he had about Christia Freeland when he was asked the question. Really, people, you should really go find those people that do the tell signs of how people react. They're like psychologists that read body language. You really need to find one of those guys. Hopefully, we'll remember this. that I'm speaking of because I want you all to find out who is a good one. Because I watched one and I love him, and he seems to be bang on for his recognition of people's body language and how they're responding to questions, or are they lying? You know what I mean? Body language experts are kind of cool. And folks, yes, if you haven't been to an SPCA, you need a pet, go once in your life, go walk down the aisle. You don't have to pick one out, but if one connects with you, consider it. Have a good day, positive vibes, and remember, folks, have a good one. Thank you.